Hey man, shout out to the one sketching the playback. Today's stream, we're gonna analyze Badou Jack's career. Also, Mayweather promotions. Like I said before, we're gonna analyze those two categories today. I missed this particular fight from Badou Jack. It kind of slipped under the radar. Um, it was some other fights that I was able to catch. What you call it? This past weekend, Gabriel Flores, Diego Pacheco, but I had no idea that Badou Jack had a recent fight. So I was able to look up some stuff on the fight and realized it was a rematch with this guy, Michaelian. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see um, this opponent he fought. But Badou Jack lost, man. He lost to, let me get his full name because he's Armenian. Norer Michaelian. And he was 27-3. All the judges had Michaelian winning by unanimous decision and took Badou Jack's WBC Cruiserweight title. I put in the title Badou Jack loses again because it seems like um, he every time I look up, it's another L, another one. DJ Khaled voice. But turns out he was on a bit of a winning streak. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 fight win streak. This guy Michaelian in the first fight, they because I didn't watch the fight, but they say it was really close and they say it was kind of controversial decision victory for Badou Jack, and then the guy wins the rematch. And then this was based off the description in BoxRec. Both of them were deducted points. It says here's that Michaelian was deducted 1 point in round 7 for hitting behind the head, and Badou Jack was deducted 1 point for hitting after the break in round 8. And I did see a little highlight where there was a scuffle that broke out, and they both should have been DQ'd because they could have knocked out the ref the way they were swinging at each other after the bell. But Badou Jack seems to always find himself in this situation where he starts off fast, he looks sharp early, and he starts to fade. And that's what I noticed on the highlights in this fight. This is what I notice every time I watch him. Um, he's not really an entertaining fighter. He doesn't have the knockout power. Although he does have knockouts, he has 17 knockouts out of what's this 33 plus 36 fights. So 17 knockouts. But as of lately, you just pretty much expect it to go the distance. That's just how Badou Jack fights, man. And he seems to always mirror the level that the opponent is fighting at instead of going to another level like his trainer Floyd Mayweather, or his promoter slash trainer Floyd Mayweather used to do versus opponents. But I don't know what's going on with Badou Jack and Floyd as far as chemistry and him not adopting certain qualities that Floyd had in the ring and applying it when he gets into these championship fights. That way, you're not losing your titles quick fast. They call him the Ripper, but people are ripping these titles away from him. Um, Let me see how many defenses he had at the WBC. He took the WBC belt from Macaboo. Over this past weekend, December the 13th. So very inactive since becoming world champ. And maybe this is a result of that, an inactive champ. Let me see what his opponent did in between time. If he had another opponent um, after their first fight. Let me see real quick. So no, even the opponent waited, wait, hold on. Let me see. Oh, he TKO'd Macaboo. So this same guy, yeah, I mean they had their back to back fights, so I was thinking of something else. But um, yeah, they had a common opponent where this guy McKaylen knocked out McAboo. So wow, he must have fought him immediately after Badou Jack beat him. Yeah, so shout out to the ones catching playback. I'm doing this on the fly here. So yeah, Badou Jack did get the stoppage, but it was in the 12th round. So yeah, McKaylen. Let me see what round it was again that he got McAboo out of there. Third round, three and out. So yeah, man, this Armenian guy say he resides in Miami, but yeah, man, 28 wins, 12 knockouts. He's the new WBC cruiserweight champ, and I'm hearing rumblings that they're trying to line him up for the Jai Apataya matchup or unification. So he's probably gonna get cooked. You know, Jai Apataya is not nothing to fuck with. You know, as far as like these level of fighters. Badu, if you went the distance with Badou Jack and you struggled, you're probably gonna get cooked when you get in there with Obatiah. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, I mean, 12 knockouts. And then you look at Obatiah. Let me see. Obatiah, I know got hella knockouts, way more than 12. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me check. 23 knockouts. See what I'm saying? 23 goddamn knockouts, man. You know, damn near double what this McKaylen guy got. So yeah, he's gonna go to sleep. But hopefully he get a good payday. They about the same height, 76-inch reach for Obatiah though. Southpaw stance and can punch. So Australian versus Armenian. I don't know how many tickets are gonna sell, but they're trying to make that happen, man. WBC and IBF unification. Any event that has Mauricio on it is a disappointment for me. But whatever. These are world champions. They're trying to, change their lives and stuff like that. But getting back on track, man. Badou Jack, man. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen from here, man. This guy's been through some shit, man. He been through some draws. He's that's crazy. I said shit and draws right after that. You know, that's crazy. But anyhow, a lot of draws in his career, man. A lot of close fights. A lot of times the opponents will get the nod instead of him because he's not doing enough to set himself apart from the competition, man. And it just puzzles me that you got this trainer in Floyd Mayweather, man. And Floyd loves to talk about smart investments, choo choo, choo choo champions, like I said before. But I don't think he's investing enough time into his fighters, man. Mayweather Promotions, money team. What is going on at this point? Because this might have been it. This Badou Jack losing his title to this McKaylian guy. This might have been it. Um, as far as Mayweather Promotions, because I don't know what else the fuck they doing or who they got out here that's doing anything on the championship level. I don't know. Um, I know Andrew Tabiti probably retired. You know, they got Rolly, Duck, and Devin. I don't know what's going on with with the money team and what they got cracking, man. It's just puzzling to me because it makes me think about certain fighters that became trainers slash promoters, and I don't know if Floyd is doing that well in that transition. But you know who I do give credit to, and I feel like a lot of people might be sleeping on. Even though most people do give him credit, but as far as like in the conversation of all time, I could be going out on a limb on this, but I think that Robert Garcia might be one of the best trainers of all time. To go from a boxer who was a pretty damn good boxer and transition into a trainer, you know, and have an impact on fighters in a way that they are becoming world champions, he's got to be up there, man. I have seen Robert transform certain styles, and we talking about like a lot of times, like because he does a lot of Hispanic fighters, and it used to just be that old sloppy, they call it Mexican style, where he's just standing there and slugging. No, I've seen him transform Mexican style into smart, using smart ring intelligence and defense, counterpunching. I believe he trained damn, what's the homie name? Was it El Rayo versus Pitbull Cruz? Am I saying the right name? Hold on, let me check real quick because I don't want to say the wrong shit. But I've seen him come up with game plans for his fighters to box at times, especially when you knowing you got a bull in front of you. Hold on real quick. Yeah, Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo. Let me see who was training him at that time. Because it could have been somebody else. But I seen him do, train Madonna versus Floyd, give Floyd fits, man. I think he made Floyd spit a tooth out, man. Oh, Jose Benavidez Sr., I think was the trainer. I wonder if he ever trained with so yeah, my mistake on that. But Robert Garcia trained so many damn people that it's just like, man, I think that I'm only bringing up Robert, to low key flame Floyd to show the difference between someone who's became a world champion and then became, a trainer and had an impact, and then ones that didn't have an impact, ones that actually invest in their fighters, actually make time for them to show them shit, Like I feel like Floyd Senior and Floyd and Roger Mayweather was great trainers, you know. But Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not. I don't think he cared enough, man. He not invested enough like a Robert Garcia is. Even Freddie the Joke Coach Roach, like Mayweather Senior used to say, man, he's more invested. Even with the Harlem Shake and shit he doing with his condition, man. He be in there holding the mitts, man. He's invested to where a lot of these fighters are becoming world champs. I was just like, how is Manny Pacquiao, of all people, being trained by this, you know? Anyway, man, shout out to Freddie. Freddie, with all the medication he was prescribed to, still had impacts, and his record was ass, from what I heard. But I gotta put Freddie. I mean, not Freddie. I gotta put Robert up there, man. I seen somebody the other day, man. It was like a young dude. Um, I was like, man, this dude was cooking. Was that on the? That might have been on this last recent card I just seen with Diego and them. But yeah, man. I don't know. Robert just be like, look, all right, cool. I'm gonna add two or three different things to your style, and then you're gonna be straight. He don't try to make you, you know what I'm saying, to something else that you're not. He just add a few more things to it. And that's what I seen him do with like Madonna. I seen him do it with so many different athletes, man. But yeah, man, getting back to Floyd, he got guys like Jalen Love. Jalen Love is one of the biggest jokers in the sport, man. Period. You know? The people that it's like the people that Floyd do get invested in, they get slapped. You know, and no shout, no shade to Mickey Bay, but I remember when Mickey Bay, he was shut out. I think he was fighting. Who was he fighting that one fight, man? Some dude that Floyd. I mean, some dude that Terrence stopped too. Some dorky looking dude, man. He was some dorky looking dude. But yeah, man, Mickey Bay was styling on him for a full 11 rounds, man, and got in the 12th and got stopped right in front of Smellerby and Floyd. You know, and it just seems like every time Floyd get behind somebody, support him. You know, it just be some other shit. It goes south, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a curse, Mayweather curse or something. I don't know, man. You know, not Roger Mayweather and Mayweather Senior, because they got a different approach to it, man. But Floyd Jr., man, choosing that formula is not working, bro. As great as an athlete, as great as a boxer as Floyd Mayweather Jr. was, his fighters, his boxers are trash. Just keeping it 100, man. They're trash. You know, you can't put these on nobody's cards. This is why Jalen Love is out here being a hype man for Jake Paul, man. And he actually like, I don't approve this Anthony Joshua Jake Paul shit, but this man out here, hey, say a prayer for Jake. If this shit is not scripted, Jake is probably going to be in the hospital for several months, man, after this fight. If everything is organically and not scripted, Jalen, I love you. Better be ready to be in the hospital bedside with this man. Soup thermometer, be ready for it. Because I honestly think Jalen Love been punch drunk since third, fourth fight, pro fight. Like, I can show y'all something right now. I don't know if they're gonna try to block this shit, but yeah, man, I'll show you right now. Uh, we don't even need the sound, man. But this is the type of work Jalen Love was getting. He, homie, sleep. You know, beat him down, beat you down. This the type of guy. He out here talking shit to Timothy Bradley, all kind of shit, and you getting slept. You out here getting napped out here, homeboy. Look at his leg. Look, hold up. I ain't never noticed that. Let me go back. Nigga's leg was twitching, homie. Look at the right leg right here. Look at this shit. Out here twerking in the boxing ring, bro. This is how Floyd. This is what Floyd fighters be doing, man. He don't know where he at. Who's that? Relative? Get your ass up, nigga. It's 9. He said 9, nigga. Get up. She don't even care. This nigga is concussed. God damn, you fucked up the bag. Fans be ruthless, man. But let me show y'all, like, that was Badou Jack. But let me just show y'all how even Showtime commentary. I did this video some time back. This is the thumbnail. Look at the smirk on this commentator's face. But watch how they do this, man, in this video. Hold up. Let me have to go. Because I don't think I got the volume set up right quick. Hold up. Shout out to the playback once more. Let me share the audio this time so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Cause like they were saying in training day, ruthless vatos, eh? Watch how they do Badou Jack with this commentary, man. Cause yeah, a lot of people don't even fuck with Floyd like that. So as soon as they seen this fighter lose, Floyd in the back, heated because of what's getting ready to happen in this video. If they block it, they block it, whatever. But I did this edit some time back. Watch this.
wasn't on the top of the head.
No, right on the top of the head now. But it was a counter right there. What? Now he's smiling there, sort of an ironic smile, because he's saying, "I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm okay."
Yeah.
But he wasn't okay.
And almost the same punch.
There he fell on his face trying to get up. You can't even question Charlie Fitch's decision.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely not.
Watch Badou Jack try to jab. Right there. Now, did he not bring that jab back quick enough, Raul, or was it just perfect timing by Edwards?
I think it was perfect time. Look at that. Beautiful counter. I mean, he kind of, it looked like he took a little step back and then bam, over the top. Beautiful counter by Edwards.
One more time. Wow, he did walk into that shot, didn't he?
He did. But it was perfectly timed.
He could actually stop the fight after the first knockdown. You said the fight was over after the first knockdown. Basically, you were right. But the way he wobbled along the ropes, and then here's the second knockdown. Watch Badou Jack trying to hold, desperately trying to hold, but it didn't take much to send him down face first the second time.
Right.
Yeah, he had no legs really after the first knockdown.
Yeah, even his equilibrium was out. I mean,
Right.
You could see when you try to get up and he went back down.
Yeah, he tried to do the right thing there, tried to grab him, but he wasn't strong enough.
It's the fighter's instinct, you know. I mean, at that point you're hurt, but you're still thinking, I got to do something. I got to hold on, you know. Tough loss for Badou Jack.
Huge step backward for him.
When you see me ride by. Yeah, man. Unfortunate for Badou, man. He had some tough outings, man, in the boxing ring. Unfortunately, but yeah, man. You know, it's just a reflection of the top. I feel, man, Floyd, and you didn't party too much, man. I feel like you didn't had too much fun, and you didn't take a lot of stuff serious. Even your arch nemesis, Oscar De La Hoya, way better. Like, if I'm being real, comparing those two who were faces of boxing at one point, Oscar was a face of boxing, and then Floyd dethroned him and took the torch. He became the face of boxing. When I look at those two and I say who has done more with their career post face of boxing, post retirement, I got to give it to Oscar as far as the impact on the sport. You know, he's had an impact on a lot of boxers, despite his personality and the goofy shit he do, zesty and all that other shit he do. He done signed a lot of world champs. He's made a lot of deals where people have gotten millions of dollars and been part of history. And I've seen some reports and read up on certain things where people have stolen fighters from him. You know, and so he had to deal with some shit too, where like, you know, but Floyd ain't done nothing with it. So Floyd is accumulated him and that whole PBC side has acquired so much talent, but what have they done with it? You know, I done been getting cooked, man. Let's just be honest with the shit, man. And I just think it's a reflection of the time, man. They don't prioritize, your investments. And that's probably why a lot of fighters who were or at the top of the game right now turn the Mayweather promotions down. They like, man, fuck that. I ain't gonna be y'all not gonna fool me. Y'all can't trick me out my spot. I can't go to no another level doing this shit. You know. I don't want to just be hanging out with you, man, throwing your money in the strip club. Fuck that. When my next fight, bro? When you gonna line me up to fight this guy so I can become world champ and be in the history books? But it's just certain people's opinion, but I kind of agree with it. When you got a jealous um boxer like Floyd, retired boxer like Floyd Mayweather, he don't want to be outshined. The dude is so goofy. I seen him at a basketball game recently with his daughter Yaya, just pulling out money out of your bag for nothing. Nobody's pulling out knots of money just in the middle of a game, just so people can look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude got a problem. You know what I'm saying? You're more concerned about people seeing what you got going than putting that spotlight on your fighters that you signed. You know, so Floyd at this point is not good for boxing, bro. I don't see how he's had a great impact on boxing. How's he helped champion more champs? Like Robert Garcia has done, like Oscar De La Hoya has done, like Freddie the Joe Coach Roach has done, Floyd Senior, Roger Mayweather. You're not on their level, man. You're not. You still stuck in Mayweather Jr. era of what you did. That's why every time they ask you about somebody who's in your camp or one of your fighters that you signed, you always bring the conversation back to you. Like I said before, you know, hard work, dedication. Like I said before, I'm just truly, truly blessed. We're not talking about you. Once again, for the 3 millionth time, my dude, this is not about you, Floyd. We talking about your fighter that you signed, man. When is his next fight? When you gonna take him off the shelf, man, so he can put his talent on display instead of allowing your talent on your roster to go to waste? You know, then people get mad when you got people like myself speaking up on like and saying that these guys is on the wrong side of the street. Y'all try to do that reverse psychology on that PBC shit. That's reverse psychology, man. Y'all on the wrong side of the street. Y'all are the ones in that movie Get Out. Y'all the ones need a life raft to get help to be rescued and shit. Stop trying to use reverse psychology. Y'all need help. Y'all broke. You may not be flat broke, but compared to the rest of these guys and what they making, you are broke. You know, you're getting allowances. You're on punishment. A lot of y'all grounded because you stayed out too late, partying at the strip club, one of the Floyd strip club, and then he taxed you, probably. You know what I'm saying? So it's your fault for trusting him, man. So yeah, my humble opinion is, man, what's up, ELG Ramos, 8415. What's up, bro? He said Robert Garcia trained AJ for the Usyk fight uh rematch, and that's the best any heavyweight has done against Usyk. Yeah, I thought Usyk beat him pretty handily both times, but yeah, he did pretty good. He just lost his mind at the end of the fight, but yeah, he did pretty good. So Robert Garcia, I feel like is always going to give his best effort to set up his fighters for success, not for failure. You know, I feel like Floyd he'd be laughing. He'd be in the club clowning after the fight when his fighters get knocked out. When Andrew Tabiti got stretched and when Jalen Love was getting knocked out, he probably was cracking jokes, went back with his homies and shit, and he was just cracking up, replaying the shit. They was putting a lot of them fighters in harm's way, man. In the doghouse rules and shit. Shit was crazy, man. It's limits, man. Dudes got to actually have a full career. Floyd, I feel like was shortening a lot of these careers with these damn doghouse rules, man. These dudes going out of there punch drunk. Matter of fact, what was that opponent Jalil Hackett fought? The nigga said he been punch drunk since he been punch drunk since he was 15. He been punch drunk since he was a teenager, man. 8th grade. That's fucked up, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, niggas getting CTE in high school trying to prove something to Floyd. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. How's that translating into championships, and millions of dollars, man? So dudes been getting tricked out their spot, in my opinion. You know. But shout out to trainers like Robert Garcia. I'm not saying he perfect because I've seen some shady shit, here and there, like with the Madonna shit. These dudes was trying to get no padding in the gloves. I said, oh hell no, Robert. Look, Roberto, we not doing that, fam. We not doing that over here. So shout out to zesty ass Smeller be catching that shit. He was like, there's no padding. Zesty ass LB. There's just no padding. It's no padding. Floyd said, oh hell no. Like I said before, fuck no. Like I said before, fuck no. Shout out to Floyd and Smelly be, catching that, man. They almost got put in the bag, man. Put in the body bag off that motherfucking fight. Madonna was trying to send that man to the upper room. You know, Madonna was a killer, man. I was a fan of Madonna, man. But I gave him some flame for that. Other than that fight, Robert been on the straight and narrow, man. I feel like he been doing it doing it the way a trainer is supposed to do it, you know, and not trying to be on some Diddy type shit all in the videos trying to take over, man. You know what I'm saying? He just do what he got to do. The only reason why we see a lot of exposure, you know, a lot from Robert Garcia is because you got the most fruitiest, zestiest media dude in Smelly Setback always showing up in his face. So that's the only reason why we see him as frequently. But other than that, this is a pretty laid back family dude, man, who care about his fighters and handle business, man. Collect his checks and shit. So I respect it. You feel me? Because I feel like his heart is really in it. Floyd heart is not in it. And as a result, his fighters are getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, another one, man, another L for Badou Jack. He just been getting smacked around. Um, this is the fourth time he took a L. I think three draws, one DQ, and I just like he got a stat in almost every category in boxing. That's not good. You know what I mean? So, man, Badou Jack done had um, craters, whole Grand Canyon craters in the middle of his forehead. It just has been some brutal. It's been a brutal journey for Badou Jack. So I honestly, humbly hope that he has made some smart investments, and if he don't need to get punished, because there's something wrong with his motor in the second half of fights, man, to where he just start getting punished, man. It's not good. It's not good, man. You cannot be if fatigue is your biggest flaw in boxing. You need to find get the best fight you can get and get out of the way. Because if you can't fix that part, if you can't get in dog shape to where you yeah, man. Cause I've seen this, man. Dudes would be looking vicious for first four rounds, and then after that, man, you be the gas tank just start just slowly, 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 man, decreasing, and then their face start just mutating, slowly, slowly mutating, and by the end of the fight, you're just like, damn, what the fuck was y'all working on? What was y'all doing in the training camp, man? You wasn't running. You didn't swim anything. So dudes would be loving hitting mitts and just standing in one spot, hitting mitts and hitting heavy bags, man. Some of y'all gonna have to move, man. Get y'all cardio, game up. So yeah, man. That's really all I got for this one, man. But if I'm being truthful, before I get out of here, um, I have to give Floyd Mayweather an F as a trainer slash promoter. You get an F, sir. Um, and it ain't like it's just been one or two different scenarios. There's been multiple scenarios, man, that you have proved that you don't got it, man. You don't got it as a trainer. You don't got it as a promoter, man. Because that ain't shit changing, man. You know, um, Everything that you touch, man. Um, Eventually, when it pertains to these fighters, and it fail, ends up in a failure, you know, or L. So flame and shame. Flame and shame for Floyd Mayweather. It's not flame and shame to Badou Jack, um, except for your gas tank. Matter of fact, your gas tank gets an F2. So yeah, flame and shame to your gas tank. You need to correct that, man. You have been in the sport for a long period of time, man. It's dudes older than you that got a better gas tank. You know, Maybe you lazy, man. Stay out of the restaurants, and this is probably why you probably not even supposed to be fighting at cruiserweight. If you was really, really dedicating yourself, you would probably still be at who knows 168. You know, but you like to hang out. You like to eat them chicken strips at the strip clubs with Floyd and shit. So you get what you get, man, which is your belt stripped away from you. So that's really all I got for this one, man. Y'all can give y'all thoughts, man, in the comment section, and thank y'all for participating for this particular live stream. Black Horseman, I'm out.